I have a stimulator. Okay, so my whole life, as far as I knew, I was Heather Elaine. November 23rd, 1980. Right before Halloween, this person comes in my life and says, "Oh my God, you're my long-lost sister named Tanya, who was kidnapped." She kept going, kidnap, given away, kidnap, given away, kidnap, given away. Now, let's rewind to February of 2023 when I had people starting to harass me, stalk me from fake accounts, everything else. A few weeks after I left that fucking house with that fucked up family that I was with. And it's been going like this. No, I took my medication and I did some gardening. So I'm sorry, and I have epilepsy. And I'm stressed the fuck out. I don't drink because I drink, I get sick for weeks, days to weeks. So, with the gaslighting, and she even introduced her children to me on camera on my live. This is, long lost aunt, all this shit. Then the gaslighting and everything else, even messages from the supposed bio mom. She said she's sick and wants to make things right. They wanted me to sign an NDA. I told them, shovel where the sun don't shine. After everything, in about 5 weeks, has been going on. So 2 weeks ago, I just chalked it up to a horrible joke by a horrible human being that has no conscience. Basically a sociopath. But I couldn't figure out why the name Tanya felt so familiar, and my name has never felt right to me. And so I looked up missing children in the early 80s and came across Tanya Michelle Williams, and beautiful little girl. I clicked on the age progression photo about it, and I dropped my phone. And I was freaking out, and I said, "Is this me? Please tell me this does not look like me. Please tell me this is not me." So somebody contacted the sheriff's department in Central Texas and told them about me. They looked me up here on TikTok and said, "Oh my God, she looks just like the age progression photo." Told me to call. Told them to tell me to call. And I did. And basically, according to the investigator, we just need the DNA test and the results to solidify that I am her. No, I'm in New York. These people do have my address, though. And from what they said, they're moving to New York. Someone said that they were moving to New York City, in fact. She told me they were moving to Manhattan. If I'm Tanya Michelle Williams, yeah, I was kidnapped when I was 20 months old. And if my memories are real, then I don't want to write them down. Because then it makes it real. But they most likely sold me after they thought I was all used up and couldn't get any more money from sickos for me. So they sold me to the most evil group of people in the fucking world. It's funny how I ended up with the fucking family of the leader of the goddamn Illuminati. Yeah, I started remembering things, and the investigator said he wants me to write down everything that I remember. I guess it's normal to start having memories after you find out you've been kidnapped, and it's like my memories. I've had memories that I was told weren't real, and so I'm like, are these real? Did this really happen? And because half the time like when I'm having these memories, it's like half the time the shit's happening to me. And then the other half of the time, I'm watching it happen. Like I'm in the room when it's happening, but I'm watching it. But it's happening to me. I cut them out of my life last year. I was adopted by who I believed was my biological mother's sister in 1990. I've never seen an original birth certificate. There have never been any pictures of a first birthday, second birthday, third birthday, nothing till the fourth birthday. And I was treated like shit and abused it. And the things that I am remembering, I mean, what I knew and never forgot about was bad enough. Now I know why I have a phobia. I have claustrophobia so bad and why I freak out. Now I know why I have a fear of clowns. Block that motherfucker. Because you saying we all have a rough life, you weren't trafficked. So I don't, or prostitute or whatever. So you have no fucking, you're on the wrong motherfucking life. I was kidnapped when I was 20 months old, if I am 10. So, this is what kidnappers and their families do to victims once it's found out. They torment them, they harass them, they turn people against them. This is what they do. What's happening to me with these people is what they fucking do. It's a scare tactic, intimidation, trying to get the victim to shut the fuck up and disappear and that kind of thing. Bitch, that ain't working. That ain't happening. They really have underestimated me tremendously. Tremendously. The family of Tanya knows about me. They know that we're waiting for a DNA test, that kind of thing. But someone in that family commented on one of my videos saying, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you've been found. We were scared that someone had hurt you." And that kind of thing. Here's how dumb this is. I have text messages. She even sent me pictures of her and her sisters. I have their phone numbers. I've given everything to the police. They were so desperate for me to believe it. She got her children involved. She sent me pictures of her and her sisters. Like, they used their real numbers. Thank you. Like, I don't... I am trying my damnedest to deal with it all. And for these past 2 weeks, I've been treated like a villain. Like, I'm the bad person. Like, I'm the one who did something wrong. When I'm not. And I didn't. And I don't fucking deserve it. I deserve none of it. Drink the damn soda. I don't give a fuck. I have come so far in my life. I was homeless in my car for 9 months and then in a homeless shopping center for 4 months, and I got where I am today. I've done modeling. I'm trying to improve my fucking life, and I was doing my life, and then she opened Pandora's box. I would have never fucking known. This is not how someone wants to be famous. Nobody wants to get famous for being kidnapped. The easiest thing that all they had to do was leave me alone, not do a fucking thing. She couldn't fucking help herself. She couldn't fucking help herself. And here we are. They're gonna be going to prison because just what she's doing is a crime. 2 to 20 years, in fact, depending on the severity of the case. So she's probably looking at 20 years. Yes. The investigator said it should be before Christmas that I have it done. There's just procedures and things have to take place in that. What would happen if charges would be filed? There's gonna, I'm gonna be famous for being kidnapped. Not exactly what you want to be famous for. Well, if the DNA test is not a match, then, I'm going to keep talking about Tanya and everything else because I want to know what happened to her. Because she's been missing for 41 years. If it's not me, we need to figure out what happened to her, you know? Whether I'm her or not. Because if I am her, I want to know what happened to the real Heather. Or Heath. Either way. If I'm not her, at least it brought light to the case and more people know about it and hopefully we can find out what really happened to her. If I'm not her. But something is... I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say... Because if I say what my gut is telling me, then I will get hated on for that. And investigators believe I'm her. That's a screenshot of me. So this is on a page, Facebook page that was made. A screenshot of me. That's Tanya's sister. So, I mean, I could put my hair up and glasses on again if I need to, but you get the picture, right? So, yeah, I know. That's Tanya's older sister. I can't, like, what I'm going through, all of it, physically, like, all of it, it's like, Tanya Michelle Williams, she, little girl that disappeared June 7th, 1983, been missing for 41 years, most likely me. That's Tanya. Missing for 41 years. This is the age progression photo of Tanya. Now you see why investigators believe it's me. Words of the person in dispatch who looked me up. Oh my God, it looks just like the age progression photo. She looks just like the age progression photo. It's like, it's seeing it on a missing with a different name. And then she was 20 months old. If I am her, I was given a dead child's identity. And it's, that's why I still go back in my mind. I'm like, this can't be real. I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop out and say, "Ha, you've been punked, ha," and I'm just, you know. If I am her, then I was given a dead child's identity and a different birthday. If I'm Heather, my birthday is November 23rd, 1980. If I'm Tanya, my birthday would be September 29th, 1981. You know, it does explain a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. Let's see if I can find a photo. Oh, May. So I can show you what I did to my hair. Like, and there's me. This was in 1986, so I would have been 5 if I'm Tanya. I always wondered why I didn't look like anybody in that family, but this is what they did. They would cut my hair off and dress me like this. Wonder why they cut all my hair off and dressed me like a boy. The person that adopted me I thought was my biological mother's sister. She let her stepson do very, very, very horrible things to me. And still protects him. Yeah, I went to school. If my memories are right, they cut off all my hair and put me in boys' clothes, so I was hidden in plain sight. If my memories are right, they took me to the Strawberry Festival with short hair and probably, I think it was blue overalls with white tennis shoes, I think. I could be wrong on the color, so I don't know, but say it's a lot for me. I always remember running through the strawberries and picking strawberries, but it wasn't with the family that I grew up with. And I've always had certain memories that I was told weren't real. Turns out they might actually be real. And now I'm remembering things. I'm like, are these real or not? And the investigator wants me to write everything down anyway, no matter what. Any memory I have, and I don't want to, because then it makes it real. So, I'm just... This kid, I don't know. I keep going, like, no, this can't be real. There's no way this happened. There's no way, you know, and then... Because this is, like, not my life. This is, like, no fucking way. Because you see, yourself, that's an age progression photo of a missing person with a different name and different birthday, and I don't trust doctors or therapists or anything. there's very good reasons why I don't. When the time comes when I'm ready, I will. There's therapists and counselors in that through my school too that lawyers, counselors, all that are taken care of through my tuition in that. So it's just and I'm being made out to be the villain. I don't think there's anything you can do. Unless you can get them to leave me alone. All we could do is wait for them to set up the DNA test and have it done. That's it. And just be supportive. That's basically all I can do. Being called a liar and a scammer and all this shit. It's like... And having to repeat myself over and over and over again about the goddamn DNA test. I live in Staten Island, New York, and she was taken from Center, Texas. Before I grew up in Iowa, though. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. That's what else could be expected at this point. I keep wondering if I'm overreacting, if, is this normal to feel this way? Finding out that I've been brainwashed, it's a lot, trying to process everything and then having more memories, and I just don't want to remember anything else. And nothing anybody can do will ever fix it or change it. All I could do is focus on trying to remember and writing it down. And that way it helps law enforcement with the case. They've been looking for 41 years. So yeah. I will when I'm ready. It's hard for me to trust therapists and shit like that. You know? When you've gone through everything and then... Yeah, and I'm still half the time I'm like, this is not my life. I'm in a coma somewhere. This is a fucking nightmare. That's where I'm at the time. So yeah. I'm used to doing everything alone. I take care of myself after major surgeries. I've taken care of others. I was taking care of others as a child. if I am Tanya, then the person I believed to be my biological mother, her son was born when I was 4. And I took care of him the first 2.5 years of his life. At 4, taking care of a newborn. Thing is, I don't know these people. I don't even know why they're doing this. I don't know why they did it to begin with. You know. My children are not with me. My children are adults. It's a long story. I don't know, I can't deal with this shit. Thank you. Now the back of my head is starting to hurt. I can't, I'm not supposed to have stress because of my gastroparesis or my epilepsy. Fucking wonderful. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. I'm not comfortable with physical affection. To be honest. I've always been uncomfortable with people hugging me and touching me and I could never figure out why. But there's only one person, well, him and his family, that I've been okay with hugging me and him being affectionate with me, and it's the only person that I'm okay with. I do, back and forth. I do all kinds of, whatever I pick up. I like both. Just whatever my mood is at the time. You know what I need to do? I need to join a gym. That's what I need to do. I need to join the gym and start working out. I used to work out 3 times. I used to go to the gym 3 times a day when I was homeless. Do 100 count and all this stuff with weights and everything, 50 to 100 pounds. Walk 2 miles on a treadmill, and this was 3 times a day I did this. Well, he's not exactly my significant other yet. Hopefully. But I've been in love with him for almost 4 years, and he knows. But he's a very busy person. He's an entertainer, a celebrity. So when you see people come in here that say, Frankie, you're crazy, Frankie thinks you're crazy, and this, that, and the other. His name's Frankie. I was homeless from February 8th and I was homeless in my car till October, the beginning of November. So from February 8th, 2023 to the beginning of, the first week of November of 2023, I ended up here, and I ended up at a homeless drop-in center. And then I moved here. I was there for about 4 months until I got into my place here. Where did I meet? Ironically, first time I ever saw him was here on TikTok. I fell in love with him the first time I ever saw him. Didn't know his name. Saw his heart and his soul before anything. That was it. For me. And I've been true to him and everything this whole time. Yeah, I know. I know, I need to go to bed. It is almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Now I know why I can't sleep at night too, so. I swore up and down after my last ex that I would never be with anyone again. I was fine being on my own. I would never fall in love. Then I saw him and that was it. Me too. Well, I'm just going to show you the picture of the age progression. I'll show you the two pictures, and then that should tell you something. This is Tanya. She's been missing for 41 years. Went missing June 7th, 1983. This is the age progression. No. If anything, that would be me. That's not my baby. That would be me. If I'm Tanya. I won't know until we do a DNA test and the missing persons people are working on it. The detective is. This is the age progression photo of that child. It takes time. There's things they have to trying to think the right words to say, because it's like there's like red tape, things that have to be done. There's one company to collect evidence here in the 5 boroughs and that. So the investigator said it should be done before Christmas. Fingers crossed, because I want to get it done as soon as they can get scheduled to do it, I guess. He said that they could come to my home, or I could go to the station to do it. No, it's not one of those. It has to be collected by law enforcement. There's only one company that works for it in the 5 boroughs. So hopefully by Christmas it will be done. As far as getting the results, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Obviously, we haven't even done it yet. But I'm hoping it just... I would have gone, if I am Tanya, I went missing. Tanya went missing June 7th, 1983. Well, yeah, they are, but things take time. This is law enforcement. Trust me, they want it done as soon as possible, but it's taking longer than expected. Like I said, I'm not the only person who has to do DNA testing in that here in the 5 boroughs. The 5 boroughs: Staten Island, New York City, Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Bronx. Think about how many people are here. So that, this is just because there's so many people here is why it's taking so long. Believe me, I would have loved to have it done the next day. And so would have investigators, but unfortunately, multiple states... Yeah, at least you guys understand that. Some people don't grasp the concept of there's a lot of shit that has to happen first. So I'm being called a liar, a scammer, and all this shit. They're trying. Trust me, trust and believe, they are doing their best to get it set up to do it. So hopefully, I'm hoping this next week, fingers crossed, this next week I can at least go do it and get it out of the way. And, you mean the family I grew up with? I cut them out of my life. I cut them all out of my life. Like, no. Somebody said I need to go to bed and get sleep. Do I? If it turns out to be me, will I, meet the biological family? I think the family that had me bought, it's a long story, but how they ended up with me, but I was bought. As far as the biological family of Tanya, if they want to be, I don't even know if they're going to want anything to do with me after they find everything out. So I don't know. They've looked for 41 years, though. Alright. I know you're worried. I get it. Like, let me ask you something. If you're looking for a relative, for 41 years, whatever, you find that person, right? DNA test done confirms that person is the child that went missing. Say you found out that that child had been basically prostituted till she was 3, and then sold. And after the kidnappers felt like she was all used up, after about 300 people did what they wanted, would you want anything to do with that person? Would you want anything to do with that person and then after being sold, all the abuse she went through in her life and everything else, would you still want something to do with that person? Let's hope that they feel the same way then. Let's hope they feel the same way. It's probably my bedtime. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. I wish I could sleep at night like a normal person, but I'm not that normal, obviously. So, I'll be on sometime later. I don't think my children know. I'll be on later. I need, like some people said, I need to go to bed. No seizure for me tonight. Yeah, they've been looking for Tanya for 41 years. And then I do have that other thought in my mind, like, what if they get away with what they did? Because I've always had to, I don't have my children part of my life, and it's a very long story. My children were turned against me by the family that bought me and abused me throughout my life. That's why I don't have my children in my life. Right now, I can't talk about that right now because I'm dealing with enough, The family, yeah, they know about me, and they know about the DNA test and everything. By all accounts, if it's who I believe it is, yes. I wish it was just, yeah. I'll be on later. I need to, I need to rest. So, I'll be on at some point. Don't know when. I think I might go over to Manhattan and walk around after a while. Because it helps me. The church I always end up at helps me. I think I may have been here in New York and that when I was little at some point. But I have to work on writing everything down too. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go over there after I get up and shower and everything, and then go to the church and light a couple candles. I love y'all that are supportive of that. It means the world to me. More than you could ever imagine. Once the DNA test comes back and it shows I'm her, that I am Tanya, the Charlie Project will be involved with, they'll be in charge of straightening out my identity and everything, so. But by all accounts, I'm probably going to be very, very financially set before I ever write a book. But yes, I'm going to be writing a book, and at least I'll be able to put everybody's real names and pictures in it, I will. That's why I'm going to go to Manhattan today, later, because I need to. And I'm going to go wherever I'm led to go because I'm wondering something, and because there's places I end up here when I'm over in Manhattan that seem very familiar to me. I've never been here before as far as I knew. There was one time I ended up in like Chinatown in Manhattan or something. And I don't know how I ended up there, but I ended up there. And I'm walking on this side of the street, and over on this side, there's apartments, like old houses turned into apartments. And the closer I got to this one, the harder it was for me to breathe. And I had a horrible anxiety. And I couldn't figure out why. So you want to know where Tanya's mom is? Or Heather's? Well, like, which one are you asking? Because I'm not sure which one you want to know. Either way, they're both in Oklahoma, from my understanding. different parts. Oh. So, the woman who adopted me, who I believed was my biological mom's sister, she lives in Oklahoma. I know where she lives. That's the house I left in January of 2023. I'm not sure where the biological mom, I'm not sure where Tanya's mom lives. I think they said somewhere in Oklahoma too, but it ain't the same place. So, I don't know what's going to happen. But right now I need to try and sleep. Try being the key word, so. But I'll be on later this evening. So, we'll see y'all later. I need a rest before my head explodes, so to speak. And I take a notebook with me today and write what I remember down while I'm on the ferry. Night all. See y'all later.